Hi Sagittarius, this is going to be your art channeled message. I channel messages through art, creativity. I really hope my messages inspire you to see the art within yourself, to be yourself, because we all start from zero, which is just a blank canvas. I genuinely love what I do, so I hope you can feel that in all of my art, and I really hope you can deconstruct it for what it truly is. Under the surface. If you'd like a personal reading, all of that is down below. And lastly, I'm not a part of any community. I'm an art channel with everything in between. I feel like I'm gonna start saying that. I just like the way it sounds. And also, just like my art, there's more beyond the surface. Sometimes it's less structured, and I'll speak in metaphors or in like an art form, but there's always a message there, even if it doesn't always come out the same way. It's like an optical illusion or subliminal with so much to discover. And that's why I also describe it for some of them, because I want you to see it as well. You're a big part of this too. It's not just me. I want you to give your opinions, speak, think, visualize. But anyways, what I started drawing for you was this wavy line that eventually turned into this strapless dress with curved cutouts at the top to resemble where a bra goes or where the top goes. I immediately saw in my head this cartoon that everyone's familiar with, but I didn't know the name to it. So I looked it up, and it's apparently Jessica Rabbit. Apparently she sports that same type of dress I channeled. Jessica Rabbit is also known for her seductive qualities. She's a very, what I like to call, suggestive cartoon, although not outwardly sexual or provocative. That's what this is. True sexual energy and natural appeal. It suggests something, but do you have to say a word? No. Reminds me too, I keep getting like, you know how some parents complain? Because like, it's not saying anything inappropriate. It's not really like outwardly saying it, but they're like, this is inappropriate for kids. I don't like what it means underneath. I don't like the subliminal. I don't like the suggestive nature that's sexual or that's provocative. I don't want them looking at it. Where they try to censor it. That's what this is too. I'm also seeing a dark side to this. I'm seeing suggestion alludes to assumption. Oftentimes when you're tapped in like that, you can automatically be viewed as a hoe. So the actions don't actually match the look. A lot of times this archetype can almost be blamed for being the object of desire. It's like you make me feel like this, or you bring this out of me and I don't like it. I'm attracted to you, but I don't want to be. That's wrong. You're wrong. But really it's all just nothing. It's just only suggestive. I also started channeling because of this, which I'm really happy about because I feel like we're already getting to the bigger picture of the art, is I wanted to include, this is my biased input, myself, I'm very tapped into my sacral chakra. Sacral chakra can be considered sexual, but it's also very creative. A lot of what I create, people become sort of obsessed with it, or they want to own it or do that themselves, and it's the same thing as another person being tapped into their sexual energy. The theory is that celibacy is attached to sexual energy. The more you hold it in, the more it sort of like seeps out. You want to see it like seeps out of your pores? The more, it's ironic, isn't it? The more you hold it back, the more you bring it out of other people. But you're not the one being sexual. Does that make sense? So it's kind of like that. It's like the holding on to yours makes people sexual, but then they project that view as you being sexual. Another dark side to this is how celibacy can become an obsession with purity. And I feel like that's when it's gone too far. It's indirectly a form of internalized misogyny. Make sure whatever you're doing is for you and for you only. Not because someone told you to, not because you're being judged for it. It's like always be true to you and your energy. This also reminds me too of those people that talk about celibacy and sexual energy, but it's always coming from either a bad experience they had or insecurity. It should never come off as aggressive or anything like that. Kind of reminds me too of like someone gathering information and then thinking they're suddenly an expert on it. But that's not how it works. You have to embody it as well as preach it. So, this is interesting. The tie between celibacy and sexual energy. Something being very suggestive, but it's never what you really think it is. It's just the archetype. I'm even getting suggestive, not sexual. That could be this as well. I'm sort of like seeing that parental guidance thing again, or where you sort of try to censorship or censor something. It's like, I don't want my kids looking at that because of what it means. It's like those teachers. I see a news article like this every other day where the teacher's being torn apart because of what her body looks like. It's like, is she supposed to leave her body at home? I don't think she's doing anything, or I don't think he is doing anything, so wouldn't that be an example of the flipperoo? Let's see. The moon. Suggestive, not open. I've even seeing sensing. I sense something is there. Something is withheld. But that's what makes it more powerful. Look at these people. Look at these wolves. It's like they're waiting for something. They feel something. They feel that energy coming from underneath, or underneath the shell. But it hasn't come out yet. It's like being preserved. That's where you are right now. Ooh, and then I saw the King of Cups, and I immediately thought of like how the moon controls tides, or how the moon controls us. That was weird. Oh. Knight of Wands. And the thing with tapping into this is like you attract all kinds of people. You attract judgmental people. You attract people that are extremely attracted to you, or maybe that's all they're able to see in the moment because it's that powerful. And you also attract people that are almost don't know where to, I'm getting like direction with the Knight of Wands. Like they don't know where to direct this like frustration. It's like, who do I take this out on? Where is this coming from? Kind of seeing this as the Ace of Wands, but the Ace of Wands is in movement or pursuit. Once again, not saying anything says a lot without saying a word. Five of Swords. And it gives people ideas or different impressions. Feels very vicious. We have Four of Cups. The Emperor. And then Judgment. And Knight of Cups. I think something really cute with this, because it's the complete opposite of this. It's like someone who accepts you in all of your glory. They see you as multifaceted, not one-dimensional. Like, there's more to you than that, which I think is really beautiful. I'm also seeing this as, like, I don't even want it anyway. I didn't ask for this. I didn't even want this. I feel like soon you're gonna have something come to you and you're gonna think, like, I didn't ask for this, I don't want it. Or I don't even want to be viewed in this manner. Kind of reminds me of, how do I word this without being offensive? Kind of like how sometimes men can view, or even women can view men in a sexual way, even when they're not necessarily wearing anything suggestive, just that energy is still there, which causes the same reaction. It's like, why am I getting that? Where is this coming from? Because that cloud isn't an actual person. This could potentially be like your sacral chakra is off the hook right now and you don't even know. Let's see, I'm gonna get a Bob Ross card. Seeing like your celibacy is increasing attraction. You withholding, it's bringing that out of other people. This is another biased input because it made me think of my own experiences because of this, which I'm so glad, because I feel like it's important to give advice and reflect on what you've been through. I've been through the exact same thing. Or I bring out parts of people they either haven't addressed. Could even be like you make people question like their sexuality, which I've had a lot before. I'm like, why does this seem to happen out of nowhere? Like, why are people all of a sudden coming on to me even though I don't feel like I'm outwardly giving that off that vibe? That's what this is. Bro, in middle school, high school, there's this one guy and he was gay, or he identified as that. And then after we started talking, he's saying, I don't know, I feel like I'm kind of like, you're making me go onto the other side. And I'm like, what does that mean? Because I was so surprised because it happened like 3 or 4 times. It's like some type of tower or realization. Withholding it causes people to open it. And it's really funny how that's the first card. Or they feel like it's a safe space to open up. Let's see. It's kind of a weird topic. I wasn't even going to bring up my situation, but I feel like it's relevant somehow. However you think it should be, that's exactly how it should be. Feels like it's saying a whole lot of nothing without saying anything. However you think it should be, that's exactly how it should be. So whatever almost like however you see yourself is how you truly are. That's it. Kind of like you're being urged not to focus on you being suggestive. It's like, don't censor yourself to make others comfortable, maybe. Because it reminds me of that cartoon thing, how a lot of parents can complain to like the TV network that this cartoon's inappropriate, but should that mean they take it away from everyone else? No, because some people will like it. Some people will see it from a different perspective. For some reason, perspectives are very heavy right now, especially in the Leo reading. These things live right in your brush. All you have to do is shake them out. You can like shake it off. I mean, getting that song by Taylor Swift, Shake It Off. Okay, that's the end of this art channeled message. And once again, there's the overall art and the underlying stuff. Sometimes I speak in a structured manner, but most of the time I speak in metaphors, or I read the cards in like an art form. Really hope you got something from this, especially when it comes to tapping into your sexual energy, sacral energy. Maybe you're celibate, maybe you're not. There's emphasis. I think the bigger picture is to like make sure whatever you're doing is what you truly are. So you can't really let anything on the outside try to censor that or judge that or be very like, I want to say it's like aggressive. Okay, Sagittarius, just finished your reading, and this happens a lot where this is additional information or something that I get from my art unexpectedly as a wrap-up conclusion where we reflect even more. So with my original drawing, I said it was like a strapless dress. So your shoulders, the shoulders would be showing if you were to wear this. It's exactly like how a lot of times growing up, this can go either way. Maybe girls were told that their shoulders, like showing a little shoulder or showing a little skin, was not allowed, or they were like dress coded. It's like, oh my god, your shoulders are distracting the boys, or that's distracting the girls. You can't wear that. It's the exact same thing. It's like the blame is being placed somewhere else, or the other person that's withholding it or not outward about it is being expected to censor themselves. So there it is again with the art coming to the bigger picture. Don't censor yourself. Be that sexual being, because I don't even think you're trying to tap into it. That's the thing. So it's kind of interesting. It's the same way as like shoulders or a body part can be sexualized or viewed in a certain manner, but who's doing that? You or them? Keep that in mind. Okay guys, that's actually the end of this art channeled message. Please like, subscribe, comment, give your opinion. I really hope you got something from it, and I love you so much.